Hi, everyone. This is Elizabeth González, Chief Program and Strategy Officer here at the College Futures Foundation. I'm excited to welcome Brittney Davidson of the ADA Center, who is here to walk us through the center's new report, Holistic Student Support Technology in California Community Colleges. The ADA Center is an organization of higher education technology subject matter experts, practitioners, and researchers. They help higher education leaders adopt technology-related practices that support success and equity goals. They do so by partnering directly with states, institutions, and national organizations to provide practical research and technical assistance. Brittney oversees much of the organization's student success technology research and technical assistance. She has spent over 15 years working with hundreds of college and university leaders, state systems, education technology companies, and philanthropic organizations with the goal of improving student success and equity. And we are very privileged here at College Futures Foundation to have had a partnership with the ADA Center. So I want to just say, Brittney, bienvenida, welcome.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
So Brittney, this report is specific to California community colleges. What are some of the insights you gleaned from talking to faculty, staff, and administrators who are working on the front lines of holistic student supports?
There was so much they were able to share with us, and I think that's why it was so valuable to be able to hear what that technology experience looked like from people who were really working on the ground with it. And I think overall, I'll talk kind of at a high level for California. We learned a lot from folks who spoke a lot about technology policies related to the rollout of major systems that went to multiple schools like Canvas and Starfish, and kind of what the varied experiences were there. And we also learned a lot from them about what the California colleges' technology governance systems meant for them. So a lot of insights in the report, I think, that are really useful for people who are district leaders or large organizations helping some of the colleges are things like, both college leaders and district technology leaders really influence those ecosystems on campus. And sometimes it can be tough to be able to understand what the needs are from each of those parties. And so part of the report does go into detail about what were some of the things that some of our practitioners shared about what's helpful from folks from the district level and where they think there's opportunities to collaborate a little bit more productively. Another thing that we learned from them was about their technologies specifically and where their biggest issues were. So we separated these into technology gaps, areas of duplication, and areas of disconnect. And this zoom in on these case studies, while they are specific and pulled from a real institution that we've anonymized, we chose these case studies because they were so emblematic of common issues we saw across so many other colleges. So we think a lot of folks will see themselves in some of these case studies. And another thing that we did, as you can see here, is similar to everything else in this report, we made the articulation of the challenge really visual. And so in this case, as you can see with the technology gaps, this is an institution that partially implemented Starfish for a variety of reasons, but then realized that Starfish did not fulfill all of their needs. And so then we're defaulting to another product called Ocelot to take on some of the features that Starfish wasn't doing. Then as a result, because of that gap, they're having to hop back and forth between these platforms, which creates, obviously some inefficiency and some frustration. And so you can see that really visually. We do the same thing with, this is another kind of instance of a gap with duplication. You can see there are a lot of institutions that have tried to fill in the gaps and end up with a lot of different products that are doing overlapping things, or technology disconnect. So instances where you have tools you really wish would talk to each other, but maybe they don't. And as a result, you're moving things around manually. And obviously, there are a lot of frustrations and data errors that can come with that. And so I think with these case studies, it's a really great way to open the conversation with leadership or folks who are managing technology to say, hey, when we say we have a pain point with technology, what do we actually mean by that, right? So it's like when I go to the doctor and I say, I have a headache. That headache can be because I didn't have my coffee this morning, or it can be because I had a concussion, right? And so this is a way of getting a little bit more specific about that. And then as a result, being able to work more methodically towards a solution that is truly a best fit.
Thank you, Brittney, for all the good insight you offered in our conversation today. How can people get in touch with you about this report?
Well, Elizabeth, they're always welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn as Brittney Davidson, Brittney Davidson, or through email. I am Brittney at theadacenter.org.